Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anahuac Sports Live on this beautiful day in Southeast Texas. We are here at Get Campbell Track and Field Complex here on the campus of Anahuac ISD. I'm Trent Hart, and we appreciate everybody coming out and joining us here today on YouTube for this middle school track meet to get things started off for the season. As far as some of you don't probably know, this is the first track meet since last year when COVID hit, and we had to cancel the rest of the track season for these young kids. And needless to say, they've got a lot to work on, and it's definitely going to be an interesting track meet here today with just East Chambers, Kirbyville, and Anahuac participating here in Anahuac. We're going to start things off over on the high jump pit, where they're getting ready to get kicked off over there and getting the measurements done for the bar. And I'm not going to speak too much. We're just going to focus on each event. They're going to start with field events first. And over in the high jump is the 7th and 8th grade girls. Hope everybody stayed warm last week, and that was something else that these kids had to deal with. They lost a whole week of practice to get ready for this meet, and prior to that they had about 2 weeks of practice just to get acclimated and to the sports again and to the events that they were going to participate here today. As mentioned earlier, a beautiful day here in Anahuac. A nice 73 degrees, no wind to speak of. So it won't be interfering too much with the running events. When we get to those, sometime around 3 o'clock, and we'll start the 2,400 meter run. And that will begin with the 7th grade girls for that event. So it looks like they're starting to meet over there in the high jump pit. And they're going to start it off with the 7th grade girls first. Other events we got going on right now, we've got the high jump, 7th and 8th grade girls, shot put, 7th and 8th grade girls, 7th and 8th grade boys, triple jump, pole vault, and discus. Won't be able to focus in on the discus very much as it is behind us as we sit in the press box here. But let's take a look at what's going on maybe over there in the long jump and the triple jump area. And that is to the south of us. And they're starting their meetings to get kicked off over there as well. Like I said, only Kirbyville, East Chambers, and Anahuac participating today, as they've got a long season ahead of them, and this one is going to be very good practice as they all prepare for the district meet next month. As they're all going through their run-throughs. We're going to pan back over to the high jump area as they just got kicked off over there. And I'm going to take a step back and just let everyone watch, and we'll go in between events periodically to see what's going on and give you results as they're available. For those unfamiliar with high jump, each participant gets 3 tries, and that was a good jump there by the Kirbyville athlete to get over the bar. But each athlete gets 3 attempts to clear the first height, and after those attempts, they will move the bar up. And this is the 7th grade girls that are going first over there on the high jump. As you see, the Kirbyville athlete there just cleared the bars. Good jump there. And almost over the bar was the East Chambers. And a good jump there by East Chambers. I wish I had some names for you folks. Waiting for lane assignments as we get to the running events later on. And if I get some names for the field events, I'll be sure to try and relay that to you guys as soon as they're available. 8th grade girls will be up next at the high jump. And as soon as the first height is done for this 7th grade girls high jump, we will pan over to the pole vault and see what's going over there at the pole vault pit. And it looks like they're almost done with the first height. Typically each school will have 4 athletes participating in each field event. Good jump and leap over the bar there by an Anahuac 7th grade girl to get over it and clear that first height. Looks like somewhere in the range of 4'6". And a clear attempt there by East Chambers. And another good clear over the bar by East Chambers. And as they get ready to reset the bar, let's go over to the pole vault pit and see what's going on over there. And this is 7th and 8th grade boys pole vault. And it looks like they're just doing run-throughs over there as they've got the band stretched across. As we go back over to the high jump for the second height. And a good jump there. Looks like Anahuac. Actually, no, that was an East Chambers athlete, excuse me. So now this is the second height. And these are only the athletes going that cleared the first height. So East Chambers the only one to clear it so far. As the second East Chambers athlete gets ready to make her attempt. And a good jump there to clear the bar. And another good jump there by East Chambers. I think that is the third athlete to clear this second height for East Chambers. Looks like they've started over there on the pole vault pit. And this is 7th grade boys pole vault. And almost there on the first attempt of the next height over at the high jump. As I do believe it was only the East Chambers girls that cleared the second height on the high jump. So they'll get 3 attempts at this next height. Good jump there. Didn't quite get it over though. An excellent jump there by the 3rd East Chambers 7th grade girls to get over the 3rd height. And there are 3 girls for the 7th grade East Chambers team that is attempting this height. And almost caught there by the left leg. And she clears it on her 2nd attempt. And she'll move on to the next height. And this will be the last attempt for the 3rd East Chambers girls team. And didn't quite make it over, so the 2 others will move on to the next height. Remember, if you haven't done so and you're watching with us right now, please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we're trying to reach that magic 1,000 number with YouTube. As that was the first attempt at the 4th height. But as it stands right now, East Chambers will take 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the 7th grade girls high jump. And the 2nd attempt there clears the 4th height. What a great jump there by East Chambers. So with that final attempt at the 4th height, we're going to move on to the 5th height to see if she can't secure 1st place. As it looks like around 5 foot is where the bar stands at the moment. And her 1st attempt comes a little short. She'll have 2 more tries at it. And the 2nd attempt knocks the bar down. She'll have 1 more try at it. And that'll wrap up the 7th grade girls high jump, as she has secured 1st place at this point, clearing the 4th height. Third and final try. Excellent show there by the 7th grade East Chambers high jump team as they secured first, second, and third place in the 7th grade girls high jump. 8th grade will be next. Let's go over to the pole vault pit and see what's going on over there. The 7th grade boys got started earlier. And let's see if they're still on the first height, and it looks like they are. And pole vault works pretty much the same way, folks. They get 3 attempts at each height. And since they are on the first height, it looks like nobody has cleared it quite yet.
Second call, girls 2400, that's 7th and 8th grade. Second call, girls 2400.
And as you just heard, the 2400 meters will be starting soon. Second call for those guys and girls that will be getting over there and running that 2 mile. Really looking forward to that 2400 as the Anahuac cross-country team, the middle school cross-country team, had great success early on in this school year. And that's sure to be something to watch. as we should be able to see some really good times put forth by the Anahuac track team in the 2400 meters. As the pole vault continues, and the 7th grade, I think they were moved on to the 8th grade now. I'm not entirely sure, but we're still on the first height, and no one has yet to clear it yet. And let me tell you something about pole vault. It's all about form, and it's all about technique, and it takes a lot of practice. And with losing a year of track and field last season due to COVID, and only 2 weeks of practice and a week off due to the ice apocalypse last week, these guys are still learning to get the technique down and get over this bar on this first height. And I do believe we still are on the 7th grade boys. As the 8th grade girls get warmed up over on the high jump pit. Be interesting to see what the next grade level will do over there on the high jump. So as we wait on the high jump warm-ups to conclude, we're going to pan over to the long jump pit and see. I believe the 7th and 8th grade girls are going on over there right now.
Final call, girls, 2,400 meters. That is 7th grade and 8th grade girls. Final call. Report to the starting line immediately. Also, second call for boys.
And that's actually the boys over there in the long jump area.
2,400 meters.
And the girls' long jump as well. It's actually boys triple jump and girls long jump. Looks like 8th grade girls long jump at the moment. I can't tell too much because it's so far over there, but it looks like the 8th grade high jump's getting ready to go as they measure off the first height. And we'll pan back over there and until we get the start of the 7th and 8th grade girls 2400, which will start here momentarily. So first height attempt for all three schools, girls 8th grade teams. And it looks like they start the bar around 4 foot. Could be a little higher than that. But this will be the first height and first attempt for all three teams to determine who moves on to the second height. And want to remind everybody that this Friday, the Anahuac Baseball Tournament Invitational will be going on, and Anahuac Sports Live will be there at 7 o'clock Friday night, where Hardin Jefferson will take on the Anahuac Panthers in some high school baseball action. Girls softball traveling out of town for their tournament. And Anahuac Sports Live will also be covering Saturday's opening day festivities of the Anahuac Youth Sports Organization. So don't miss that as well.
First call for 8th grade boys pole vault. First call for 8th grade boys pole vault.
With that first call for 8th grade boys pole vault, 7th grade pole vault still going on over there as we had the first attempt at the high jump pit. As it looked like that was a Kirbyville that started things off. And that is correct. That is Kirbyville that is going first over here on the first height. And now it'll be Anahuac's turn. So Meg Kreitzer's first attempt is no good as she is able to drag and knock the bar off of the holders there. She'll get 2 more attempts at it as the first attempt by the second Anahuac is no good as well. Like I said, I don't have a list of everyone that is participating in the events, so I'm going to have to go off of memory on some of them. And forgive me if I get anything wrong. As the third and final Anahuac 8th grade girl will make her first attempt. And she clears it. What a great jump there by Keely Butler to clear her first height on her first attempt. And she'll move on to the second height. It'll be East Chambers' turn now at their first attempt at the first height. As I just heard the gun go off for the girls' 2,400 meters. We'll zoom in over there real quick, as it'll take them a while to run this 2,400 meters. And out front first is Kirbyville and Anahuac. As we got a first look at the front grouping, as I do believe both the 7th and 8th grade girls are running in this event, but they will be placed in their proper grade. So you'll have first, second, third, and so on in the 7th grade, and first, second, third places in the 8th grade. So after the first lap of the 2,400 meters, we've got Anahuac, East Chambers, Anahuac. And we'll come back to them as they wrap up their last couple of laps here in just a little while. It's a long race. You got to pace yourself. As we come back over to the high jump pit, East Chambers still going on their first attempt at the first height. And clears it with ease. She'll be moving on to the second height. And that is Kirbyville, I think, on their second attempt. As I misquoted earlier and said it was East Chambers, but that was a second attempt by Kirbyville.
8th grade boys pole vault.
And as the girls come around for the second lap of this long 2,400 meters, you can see that it's separated into two packs now. And as it stands, we've got East Chambers in the first front two positions, followed closely by Anahuac in third and fourth. And fifth place as well for the Anahuac Lady Panthers. And I didn't see if Meg Kreitzer cleared that first height, as well as Maylee Wilcox on her second attempt at the first height. They will have one more shot at it. And that was Keely Butler. And I don't think she was supposed to go. That was the first height. She'd already cleared it once, so she didn't have to go again. But nonetheless, a good jump there again by Keely Butler. As the 7th and 8th grade girls come around on their third lap of the 2,400. And the second attempt by the East Chambers team to clear the first height. But as you can see, the 2,400 meters, this is the third lap, and it still stands. East Chambers is coming in first right at the moment, followed by Anahuac and then another East Chambers runner. And in fourth is another Anahuac runner, and in fifth as well. And followed closely by Anahi Hernandez in sixth. Like I said, on this 2,400 meters, they're going to be giving first, second, and third for seventh grade, and then first, second, and third for eighth grade as they cross the finish line. As they close in on their first mile of this 2,400 meters. So back over to the high jump pin where we're still at the first height. And we've got East Chambers going on the second attempt at this first height. And I do believe we've only had 2 athletes from all 3 schools yet to clear the first height. So we're back on the third attempt as Kirbyville starts off the third attempts. As we close in on the first 1,600 meters. It is East Chambers well out in front, followed closely by Anahuac. East Chambers in third, Anahuac in fourth, and Anahuac also in fifth and sixth.
Please visit the concession stand on the north end of the stadium. Anahuac Panther Athletic Booster Club has hot Chick-fil-A sandwiches along with Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, different types of candy and cokes and soft drinks. Thank you for supporting Anahuac Panther Booster Club.
So wrapping up over there at the high school first height and their third attempts. Looks like we'll have 2 girls moving on to the second height. As the 2,400 meters, they're on their 5th lap, and it looks like Anahuac has pulled ahead of the front runner of East Chambers. Anahuac 1, East Chambers 2, and East Chambers 3. So final lap of the 2,400 meters. As you heard the gunshot there.
That final call for boys, 2,400 meter run, 7th, 8th grade. Final call, boys. 2400 meter run.
So it looks like over at the high jump, we're going to start with the second height. I think we only have 2 girls attempting the second height. First attempt is good by Kirbyville, and that was an excellent jump there by Kirbyville to get over the second height. Now Keely Butler will start her first attempt at the second height. Gets over it with ease, and what a great jump there by Keely Butler. And we'll move straight on to the third height of the 8th grade girls high jump as the 2400 meters is coming to a close here. And I see them coming around the corner and into the final stretch, and Anahuac is got a lead as East Chambers is making a great move into it to try and pull off the first place finish, and she's not going to be able to hold her off. And here at the finish, it's a close one, but East Chambers is going to pull off this win for the 2400 meters, followed closely by Anahuac. What a great move there in the final 100 meters to pull off the first place victory. As third place is rounding the corner now and heading on to the final stretch, and is also an East Chambers runner.
Second was Fatima.
So East Chambers will take home first and third in the 2400 meters. Followed by Anahuac in fourth and fifth. As we go back over to the high jump, Keely Butler is starting her attempt at the third height. And she gets, and just nicks the bar, and it falls down. Couldn't quite get that leg up. So it looks like the second attempt at the third height by Kirbyville as well. And she barely nicks it with her foot on her second attempt. So here come Keely Butler's second attempt at the third height. Actually, is it the fourth height we're on? No, it's the third, excuse me. Not quite as good a jump as on her first attempt. But both athletes very, very close. So third attempt by Kirbyville. Couldn't quite get the leg up. And that is the third and final attempt. So Keely Butler right here could lock up first place if she clears this final attempt at the third height. Oh, and just nicks it again. So that'll be the end of the 8th grade girls high jump. But a good first event by both Anahuac and Kirbyville. As they'll start the boys high jump here in a little bit. We'll kick off with 7th grade, followed by 8th grade. And as we're waiting on the boys, I think they're getting things going over there on the pole vault pit for 8th grade boys pole vault. And they're getting ready to start the 2400 meter boys run as well. Actually, that's the girls, excuse me. the girls pole vault. And a good clear there by East Chambers to get over that first height, and I think that's the 7th grade girls pole vault. Don't quote me on that.
Results from 7th grade boys pole vault. 7th grade boys pole vault. First place, Tucker Anderson from Anahuac. With a vault of 6 foot. Anderson, Anahuac, 6 foot.
So as you just heard, Tucker Anderson for the 7th grade Anahuac boys pole vault takes home first place and cleared a height of 6 foot. So it sounds like he was the only one able to get over that first height over there on 7th grade boys pole vault. Congrats to Tucker Anderson for bringing home the gold medal in 7th grade boys pole vault.
Second call, 7th and 8th grade boys high jump. Second call, 7th and 8th grade boys high jump.
As you can see, the boys are getting warmed up there for the 7th and 8th grade boys high jump. As it looks like the 7th grade girls pole vault is getting ready for their second height. And close there by East Chambers to get over this second height. It also looks like that the 7th and 8th grade boys 2,400 meters is getting ready to start. I see some movement over there in the holding area. They're getting stretched out. Right now you are watching the 7th grade girls pole vault, and I do believe they are on their second height as we await the boys that are warming up on the high jump pit. As the 7th and 8th grade boys, 2,400 meters are getting lined up over there, getting ready to start. Checking in to make sure we got everybody as they get back onto the track. So here we go, 7th and 8th grade boys, 2,400 meters. It's 6 laps around the track.
At the start line, we have 2,400 boys meter run.
And they're off, 6 laps around the track. And as they all move to the inside, that first 400 meters for this 2,400 meter run is a quick one. As they come around the second turn down to the front stretch here. And it is Kirbyville leading the pack. Followed by East Chambers and a close Anahuac runner there. Like I said, 6 laps around the track. They have to pace themselves a little bit. As we come back over to the pole vault, and actually the boys are done warming up at the high jump pit. We'll go back over there as they get ready to make their first attempts at the first height. And as I mentioned earlier, each team will go all the way through their first attempts. They'll get 3 attempts at the first height. Then they'll move on to the second height with those that cleared the first height. And so on and so forth. But we'll start with the 7th grade boys. Second lap in this 2,400 meters. Kirbyville off to a huge lead. And about 100 meters behind him is Anahuac. And in the rest of the pack of that first grouping. So first attempts over here on the 7th grade boys long jump. And we'll see who starts things off here. Looks like it'll be Anahuac. And the first attempt at the high jump by Anahuac is cleared easily. I do believe that was Bentley Absher. Not too sure. Looked like him. East Chambers clears it with ease. Third lap completed on the 2,400 meters. Kirbyville is still out front. As another East Chambers 7th grade boy goes, he clears it very easily. So far, the 7th grade boys on any team haven't had much trouble with his first height. I must be missing something. This probably, I don't know if it's a 7th or 8th grade girl. She was probably over at another event, and they're going to go ahead and get her heights finished up here with the boys. Fourth lap of this 2,400 meters, and Kirbyville has slacked off quite a bit, as I see that East Chambers, with a slow and steady pace, has taken over the lead, followed by Kirbyville. And we got another Kirbyville runner coming in third, and Anahuac in a fourth. That's Tyler Hart in fourth place on this first mile. Two laps to go in the 2,400 meters. Tyler Hart definitely in striking distance for the last 2 laps here. As we come back over to the high jump pit. Good jump there by East Chambers. And they are on the second height over there. So closing in on the final lap here of the 2,400 meters, running first, second, and third is Kirbyville. Then Kirbyville again and Tyler Hart for AMS boys 8th grade in third. And I want to get out of my chair here and tell him to kick it into gear, which he is. So final lap. Tyler Hart's kicking it into gear, and he's crossing that first turn down the back straightaway. Striding it out, but Kirbyville's not going to let him. Down the back straightaway, and he's kicking it still into gear. Tough race for this final lap of this 2,400 meters. And it's just a matter of who's going to give first as they come up to the second turn. And I think kicked it into a little bit too soon for both runners as they all are running out of gas. And Tyler's getting closer as he's attempting to take over first place coming around that second turn. And they better watch out as the runners behind him are catching up to him as well. Last lap, last 100 meters of this 2,400 meter run. And he's kicking it into gear again. And there it comes, Tyler Hart coming in first as he comes down that last 100 meters, blazing speed. And he's going to pull it off. First place, Tyler Hart in the 2,400 meter run for Anahuac 8th grade boys. And forgive me for getting a little excited because that's my boy right there. I gotta get a little excited for him. First event in over a year, and Anahuac 8th grade takes home first place in the 2,400 meter run. Back over to high jump. As we're still on the second height. Another good jump there. And I do believe that is Bentley Absher for the Anahuac Panthers. And this is the third height, and he cleared that one with ease. We got 8th grade girls triple jump going over there. As the final person is crossing the finish line in the 2,400 meter run to conclude that event. We've also got boys long jump, and I believe that is 8th grade boys long jump. Next running events, as soon as the field events conclude, we're going to be doing the 4x100 meter relays, boys and girls 7th and 8th grade, followed by the 800 meter run, 110 hurdles, the 100 meter dash, and then they'll halfway through the running events, we're doing the 4x200 relay. And that will follow each other 5 minutes after the conclusion of each of the last field event, which most field events at this point is at the 8th grade level. And as we wait for some of that, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anahuac Sports Live for the first middle school track meet of the 2021 season. We'll be right back.